Hi everyone. I was looking at lesson 15 in our Course in Miracles, and it is such a beautiful and essential lesson because it says, my thoughts are images that I've made. And what this is going to say is that everything that you see are your thoughts. All the images around you are thought forms that you've projected from your mind. They are not real. And this goes back to lesson number 1, correct? Nothing I see means anything. Why is that? Because you're not really seeing anything. And what you're seeing is not there. There isn't any world. However, you do see a world and you do see all these images. And now it just comes with the recognition that and the acceptance that whatever you see are your own thoughts projected outward. And I love the first line. Listen to this. It is because the thoughts you think appear as images that you do not recognize them as nothing. First of all, he says the thoughts you think. Why is that? Because you think them, but you're not really thinking them because this is not thinking, right? When you're thinking apart from God, your mind is actually blank, right? So your mind is preoccupied with the past, as he so beautifully puts it. So yeah, you think them, but that's not thinking, right? And since they appear as images, right, they do not appear like nothing to you. All the imagery around you, which you call your world, right, is not nothing to you. Let's face it. However, it is nothing because you're not seeing anything. You think them as you think you see them, right? That's how beautiful that is. It's that idea. You think them, and therefore you think you see them, but you're not really seeing anything at all. This is how quote unquote seeing was made. This is the function that you're giving your body's eyes, but it's not seeing. It's image making, right? I love that. But he basically says is these eyes see nothing. All these separate things around you, that's not seeing. That's image making. You project them from your own mind. The world is a projection of your mind. It's an outward projection of an inward condition. But because it is a projection, you're just seeing what's inward, right? It's not really there at all. It's certainly not outside of you, right? Love that. It's not seeing, it's image making. It takes the place of seeing, replacing vision with illusions, right? True seeing is seeing things as they truly are in the recognition of the wholeness of yourself. This introductory idea to the process of image making you call seeing. I love that. It's like you think you see things, right? You call it seeing. I see this, I see that, right? Will not have much meaning for you, but you will begin to understand it when you have seen little edges of light around the same familiar objects which you see now. For many of us, this has become a true thing, right? That we see edges of light or more. You see the whole thing just disappear and you see all light where there was a person or an object. These are real experiences in your transformation as you practice these mind training lessons of a workbook of A Course in Miracles, because you will no longer think that um, you can no longer think in the old way, right? You can no longer think as the world thinks. Your thinking has changed. You shifted your thinking from a perceptual, separate way of thinking to whole minded thinking, to true thinking, right? Love that. That is the beginning of real vision. You can be certain that real vision will come quickly when this has occurred. Okay, love that, right? I love the line in the Course in Miracles where he says, "Don't be afraid that you'll be abruptly lifted up and hurled into reality." You're going to have experiences. You're going to have experiences. This place is not real. You're going to have experiences where you'll be shown clearly that whatever you see is not really there, but beyond it is a light reality that you can see if you choose to accept the correction, if you choose to accept the miracle. And that's a true thing, right? It's that recognition that whatever you think you see is not there at all. Nothing I see means anything because I see nothing, right? I project my own meaning upon this world that in essence is meaningless, and is it this I see and only this, right? You cannot see more than you want to see, is another way of putting that. But the moment you open your mind, the moment you open up to the possibility that this is not it, there's another way to look at this. I could see peace instead of this, right? My images, my thoughts are images that I have made, right? Something else can occur. It's like having an open mind where reality can come in, right? Where vision can take place, where the thought of God can come in. That's your Course in Miracles. A Course in Miracles, I was talking to someone the other day, is not here to make your life better so that you can remain a human being, so you can remain the way you were before. No, that's not going to work. You'll be entirely new, and you will not be able to understand the thinking of the world because your thinking has shifted, right? How does he put it? He says, what's the cost of healing? It's going to cost you the whole world you see. Of course, right? If this world is the result of the projection of a erroneous thought system, and that thought system gets corrected, and you no longer start projecting, but instead start internalizing and accepting everything and including it in, what happens? The world disappears. It has no option. It is not a cause. It's an effect, right? It's an effect of the way you think. The moment you shift that in your mind, it changes. It cannot not. It's an effect, right? So there is no sense in trying to change the world outside of you. It's incapable of change because it's an effect of your old thought system. However, when you change the source, which is what? You, right? If you change the source, what happens? The effect changes as well. It has no choice. It cannot not. It's inherent in what it is, right? Cause and effect are not apart. You can look at it in many ways. I mean, God is cause, you're effect, right? That's how it is. This world is an effect of you being a cause as you have defined yourself separate from source. But that doesn't make it real. So yeah, these are some amazing lessons. As we go along, you may have many light episodes. They may take many different forms, some of them quite unexpected. Do not be afraid by them. There are signs that you're opening your eyes at last. I love that, right? The experiencing that many of you are having in your awakening, in your transformation from time to eternity, are signs that you're opening your eyes at last, right? You are completely changing within your own mind. You are experiencing the peace of God. You become more loving, right? You change, and you do change for the better, but you can't remain as you were, right? It's an entire change. You're being replaced in your entirety. You become brand new. And I saw a new heaven and I saw a new earth, right? It's that. It's that. Everything that's in what I so love, Jesus' teaching and Paul's teaching in the Bible, just becomes brand new for you when you read A Course in Miracles, because now it made sense where maybe before it didn't. But Paul is talking in his Damascus experience about the new heaven and the new earth. That's what he's talking about. Everything became brand new for him in his awakening that he had as a result of his persecution of Jesus at the time, right? And he became one of his biggest supporters, apostles, right? I love that. But it's an amazing idea, right? You are awakening. You are undergoing what Jesus underwent 2,000 years ago, which was yesterday. That wasn't a long time. And now it's you. He just stands there for a moment at the end of time, just as he so beautifully puts it, just in case you temporarily fail. And it's temporarily because you cannot fail at this. And to be the reminder of the way out, to be the reminder of your perfection. So he's here to help you, right? He's in charge of your enlightenment. But you're just a moment behind him, right? This is your moment where you're going to stand there, draw your circle, and undergo your own resurrection. And it doesn't happen by dying, it happens by living, right? The human condition is a condition of death, right? It's already death, but death is not real, right? So we call it a sleep, right? But it's the same idea. Death is not of the body, right? So now you become alive and you experience that aliveness as a result of your awakening. Many of us, when we wake up, when we woke up, when we go to wake up, time, right? All time is going on all the time. Um, Suddenly feel really alive, right? Like we've never felt before. You feel alive, you feel happy, you feel passionate, right? And you didn't feel that like that before. Why? You're free, right? You're free. You're experiencing spirit. Love it, love it. So that's the lesson for today. My thoughts are images that I have made. Beautiful, beautiful lesson. Um, Practice it, right? Because you will have experiences as a result of this mind training. The experience itself just show you what's real and what isn't. They're personal. They show you, but it doesn't take away the necessity to practice this. So, I love you. I hope you have a great, great day wherever and whenever you are. And I'll see you soon.